Turned us on, never gonna do the same for you.
What's up, guys? It's Donna here.
And Holly.
And you're listening to Teaser Talk.
On switch, turned us on, never gonna do the same. You hit the on switch, turned us on, never gonna do the same for you. With these power lines.
Happy Teaser Talk Tuesday. Donna and Holly here for another kick-ass episode of Teaser Talk.
Yeah, and today we are going to bring up the band Misfits a little bit. Holly actually got the pleasure of meeting with a previous band member, Doyle Wolfgang Von Frankenstein.
Yes, and you know what I love about the Misfits is the way that they have created like a horror band. It's almost like if you think about Gwar, like how much they're into their characters, it's almost like that, and it's just created such a legacy for the band itself.
It is. It's really cool. They're definitely unique in their appearance and the way they kind of, I want to say, market the band and their music. So what I thought was really interesting is after you were able to conduct this interview with Doyle, I would think of him as being like, a real hardcore, like, that rock star lifestyle that you think of. And some of the things you've learned about him are not really what I, unfortunately, stereotypically would have imagined him to be like.
Yes, so he is actually a very hardcore vegan, very clean cut. It's really impressive how also he is about working out and his lifestyle of really just being like the best human as a, a best person as he can be physically and then also mentally.
Yeah. I actually had done a little bit of research on him and found that he has been featured in various vegan and fitness magazines. So that's definitely a large part of who he is.
Yeah, so one thing I did not ask him about, but I found online is he was actually nominated for PETA's Hottest Vegan of 2017. Didn't know that was such a thing.
I didn't, but nowadays there is a title for everything. And really, who better than Doyle to represent PETA in that way? I mean, he is definitely a very good looking man and definitely lives a lifestyle that is very PETA friendly.
Yeah, for sure. But one thing that I was very impressed with is we had caught him in Oklahoma, and the town that he was in was Lawton, and it's not I would think of like vegan and like in California you have that vegan friendly option. Lawton is not very much of like, we would think you would see a lot of those options. So I was very impressed with, how he's adapted his lifestyle, and he had shared his secret on the interview. So you guys can listen to that and how he stays accountable for that and how he is not derailed from that diet.
That's really great because, the lifestyle of a rock star out there, takes a lot of willpower to kind of uphold a lifestyle like that. So kudos to him.
For sure. Well, awesome, you guys. We won't keep you waiting any longer. So without further ado, here is the Doyle interview with Teaser Talk.
Hey everyone, it's Holly here, and I have a super rad special co-host with me, Kylina.
Hello. We are here to welcome the one and only Doyle Von Frankenstein.
Hi.
Awesome. So yes, we are super excited. We are here with you on the As We Die World Abomination Tour. How has it been so far?
Okay.
Very awesome. Just okay?
Yeah, just okay.
What would it have to be to make it to be amazing?
No lame crowds. They're very quiet, and I think they just come to watch and they don't get into it. So it kind of makes us deflate.
Oh, we don't want any deflation here.
No, absolutely not. Okay, so you released As We Die in 2017, 4 years after the release of Abominator. Your sound is true to form, but do you personally feel like lyrically you've grown or that the tone is set differently than previous release?
I don't write any lyrics. Alex writes all the lyrics, all the vocal melodies. I just write and arrange the music. That's it.
Is that your son?
Alex, yes.
Awesome. So obviously you've been in business for quite some while. How do you stay inspired?
I stay inspired by, I don't know, you know. A lot of people send me DMs that they play guitar, or they work out, or they're vegan because of me, and that kind of inspires me. But as far as inspiring on music, I just put it on shuffle, and you know, every time I pick a guitar up, I try to write something. I don't try to play something I know, because what good is that?
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome to hear that people like, you know, stay inspired because of you. And it's awesome to see, like, you know, outside of obviously music, you have the health kick with vegan and everything. So that's super rad.
What are some of the things that you do enjoy doing when you're not making music, making albums? Any like hobbies, extracurriculars?
That's all my hobbies, actually.
Passionate music.
Music, working out, eating.
Yes.
Yeah.
I too love eating. Let's see. So years down the road, when our grandkids discover our iPods and our iTunes playlists, how would you wish for your music to be described to them before they get into that journey of experiencing it?
I would just like to have them to say that this is good. Check this out. It's fine with me.
I really like you. You're a simple guy.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah.
So speaking of iTunes, I kind of want to like dive a little bit deeper into this. You've been around in the music industry a lot, not only to witness it, but to also experience it. So you've seen that change from CDs all the way now to streaming music. How would you, like, what advice would you give to musicians on surviving that kind of disruption in the industry?
You can't. It's needs to be policed on the internet, and it needs to be a hefty fine for one song, like $10,000 a song. They can track it, who steals it, and it really destroys the industry. You know, we don't sell records anymore. We sell T-shirts.
Yeah.
We're a traveling T-shirt company. That's all we are now.
Yeah.
You know, if you sold 1 million records, nobody sells 1 million records anymore. Doesn't happen. Everybody's fucking stealing it. That's why we're doing meet and greets. You think I want to do a fucking meet and greet? No.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, bands used to produce albums to support tours, and now they tour to support the albums.
Absolutely.
And it's common knowledge by now that you're vegan. And I'm kind of interested how long and what prompted the lifestyle change.
It's going to be 6 years in January. And it was my girlfriend, when I was first dating her, she came to New York and we had to get her back to a plane. She was going somewhere and we're rushing around. We were starving, and she said to me, if we don't find me something to eat, we'll find you something to eat. And I was like, fuck that, I will never eat anything in front of you that you're not comfortable with, and I never did. And then it was an easy transition because I was only eating 2 things that weren't vegan, was chicken breast and whey protein. So, and then she, you know, made me watch a bunch of videos and schooled me on what it's doing to the planet and all the horrible things that people do to these animals, you know, and it's just, and how sick you get from eating them. You can't eat them, you know what I mean? They're all full of shit. They're all full of hormones and drugs and antibiotics, and they're all sick.
Have you heard of or read the book, The China Study?
I can't read very well, so no.
Well, they do have an Audible, because I actually listened to an Audible. I didn't read it myself, but it talks about like animal proteins versus like plant-based proteins.
Well, the animal's eating the plant that you're eating.
Yep.
Where'd he get his protein? I get mine at the store, just like everybody else.
And I think it's crazy too to think about, like, you know, even studies show that even certain cancers are associated with animal-based protein, and how it's always.
Oh yeah, 50%.
Yeah, and if you start, like, if, you know, I've read studies where if you stop eating meat, it's almost like an on and off switch, like a light switch, when it comes to cancerous cells. So that's crazy. Yeah, crazy to think about.
Yeah, it causes a lot of diabetes and cancer and all kinds of shit. You know, it's using all the food and water to feed these fuckers, and they're shitting and pissing everywhere. You know, it's a problem. It's a big problem.
What, like, how do you handle it, like, on the road? I know, like, there's certain states that I've visited and I've lived in that are like, I mean, it's just fried chicken on every corner. How do you survive that?
Well, Holly, we are sponsored by a company called Trifecta, and they send us vegan meals every Friday on the road. 21 meals. You microwave them, and they're to order. Whatever you want in that meal, you can tell them, and they'll make it for you.
That's awesome. So they ship it to you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Comes in dry ice.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
In my stories usually every day.
All right, you guys. So make sure you check out Doyle's stories to get his code for Trifecta for sure, and get that healthy, tasty, non-poisonous food delivered directly to ya. So, obviously, you're an active PETA advocate. Are there any other causes that you stand by?
If they contact me and I look at it, I'll do something. If I could do it. If not, I'm so busy doing everything else. I've been going nonstop since I got up.
On social media, how can our viewers and your fans, how can we keep up with you and what's going on?
I'm only on Instagram, and it's Doyle Wolfgang Von Frankenstein. I don't have the blue check, and I don't want it because not anybody can get it, so why do I want it? And I think we got a Facebook, but I don't go on there. And I know we have a website. I think it's www.officialdoyle.com. That's what it is.
Nice. So what do you have in store for 2019?
Nothing right now. I canceled what I was going to do in January, so.
Maybe very cool because you got something
Well, we're booking
interesting.
the summer and all that shit.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on you.
So it's safe to say that if anybody wants to keep in touch with you and up to date, will be going to Instagram and following for you for future tour dates?
Yeah, Instagram. I put the tour dates up every day when I have them.
Awesome. Well, you guys definitely be on the lookout for that. Any last words for fans?
Yes, don't steal music.
You heard that. Don't be a dick and don't steal music.
Don't be a dick.
Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us. I appreciate it. All right, you guys. Until next time, keep rocking.
I hope you guys enjoyed that interview as much as I did. And shout out to Kylina, who was my sit-in co-host for that interview.
Yes, Kylina, thank you. You represented Teaser Talk well. And Holly, that was an awesome interview. You learned a lot about Doyle that, I would have known nothing about. And I just think it's cool. It's really good to kind of take those misconceptions of what you think these rock stars are and just turn that around and see all the positive influences they're able to have and, really awesome characteristics that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, it was cool to hear him talk about what really motivates him and what really gets to him is whenever he gets the messages from people, saying, "Hey, I worked out today because of you," or "I started my vegan lifestyle because you motivated me," and things like that. So it's awesome to see people in the music scene, especially this music scene, be such a positive influence for their listeners.
It is. Music is so much more than just the sound. Music really does a lot for people. And here at Teaser Talk, we're excited to be able to bring that to you and just help make it part of your life. And we'll see you next time. Make sure you check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Teaser Talk. Until next time, keep rocking.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Teaser Talk.
We look forward to seeing you next Teaser Talk Tuesday. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Teaser Talk. This way we can keep up with you guys until the next episode.